Time for 7 First Alert weather.
There were a lot of complaints about the timing of the rain. It was on 7 consecutive weekends here in Boise until this completely dry weekend this last weekend, but it still was fairly cool. Spring conditions were sticking around with us, but I did not see any complaints about the cooler temperatures. Almost everyone was commenting on social media saying, I'll keep it this way. We know a hot summer is inevitable, and summer begins tomorrow, and things will really start to heat up and stay hot through the rest of this week and beyond. So the summer solstice tomorrow morning, 3:14 in the morning. You might as well sleep through it because then all of summer is ahead of us. Here's just a different vantage point of what's happening here. It's the maximum tilt of the North Pole toward the sun, and so it puts the sun's direct energy on 23.5 degrees north of the equator, also known as the Tropic of Cancer, and it is the longest day as far as daylight hours are concerned. 15 hours, 26 minutes of daylight to enjoy tomorrow. 9:29 is when the sun goes down tomorrow. Now, talking about that sun, and I say this quite a bit, that is a higher sun angle. It means longer daylight hours, more warming power, and also quicker burning power as well. So in comparison to the winter solstice, the noon sun angle, its highest point above the horizon, is only 23 degrees above the horizon. That's not temperature, that's an angle there. And as we get into the summer solstice tomorrow, or even today, it's about 70 degrees above the horizon. So it is a more direct spotlight, and again, a faster burning power. So tomorrow the UV index is at a 10, very high. Sunburn can set in quickly 10 to 15 minutes, so limit sun exposure between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. So there's my UV index speech as we approach this first day of summer. The Climate Prediction Center favoring above average temperatures. This is taking the period all the way to the 4th of July. So if you're already looking for those 4th of July plans, it gives you a general idea of what we might be expecting, not only above average temperatures, but also below average precipitation. So likely hotter than normal and drier than normal, what we would typically expect for the 4th of July, but it has been a very atypical year, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Southwest flow aloft has a little piece of that low. The energy breaks off, heads to our southwest as a cutoff low, but it will start to usher in the warmer temperatures. However, into Thursday and Friday, you see this little dip in the jet stream here. It will bring us some cooler temperatures for the end of the week, some breezy conditions on both Thursday and Friday before the heat really builds in for us for the end of the week and next weekend, the weekend we've all been waiting for. So here's a look at how that looks with our high temperatures. There's that dip in temperatures, but still above average before things really heat up for the end of the week. Here's a look at Magic Valley forecast: near 80 tomorrow, upper 60s to near 70 in many of our mountain communities, low 70s for Long Valley, and for the Treasure Valley, we're looking for the low to mid 80s tomorrow, which is right on par with what is average for this time of year. So again, Doug, as we kept saying all night long last night, as if you flip a switch with the seasons and with Mother Nature, this 7-day forecast looks so much more like summer should.
Yeah, just consistent 90s.
There you go.
None of those
Cruise
big
control.
dips and rises. All right, thanks, Bree.